More information coming into us as we speak. The former head of the NSC, John Bolton, has been indicted. It is believed that he was basically using all of these classified documents and emailing them around, which is kind of a problem. Here is MSNBC explaining the charges against the former head of the NSC, Deep Stater John Bolton.
So John Bolton was charged with 18 federal counts, and I apologize, I'm going to look down. I'm reading this. We're still just getting this. We have the first 8 counts are transmission of national defense information. The second set of 9 counts, that's counts 9 through 18, is retention of national defense information. And that looks like it's U.S. Code Title 19, Section 793D and E, which is part of the Espionage Act. Now, there was another statute that they were considering, and it looks like they've only charged him with those Espionage Act statutes, but we're still reading through this indictment. It's 26 pages long. There's a lot of background information here, and I apologize, but we're literally just getting this in right now, so I'm still...
Okay, so she's still getting it in right now. So here's the short answer. He's kind of cooked. 18 counts of violation of the Espionage Act. John Bolton, this is not looking good for you, not looking good for you. And don't forget, I mean, Bolton is the guy who was trying to give us a song and dance. Remember the song and dance back when they were going after Donald Trump and raiding Mar-a-Lago? I do recall John Bolton trying to say, well, Trump shouldn't have made off with those classified documents. I mean, while knowing that he was doing the same thing. Here we go.
Will have to prove it. Then he has committed very serious crimes. This is a devastating indictment. I speak here as an alumnus of the Justice Department myself, because not only is it powerful, it's very narrowly tailored. They didn't throw everything up against the wall to see what would stick. This really is a rifle shot, and I think it should be the end of Donald Trump's political career.
Ooh. Well, it definitely wasn't the end of his political career, now was it? No. You see, Donald Trump came in and came back with a bang. And now, John Bolton, it's you that's actually facing serious charges, 18 counts of violating the Espionage Act. I mean, whoa, this is not good for him. As we saw earlier, the president is reacting.
I didn't know that. You told me for the first time, but I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but.
Wow. Okay, 26 pages, 18 counts against him, the Espionage Act, big deal. So we might see some people going to prison. We really might see some folks going to prison. And I'm sure Donald Trump will tell you it couldn't have happened to a nicer man. He definitely did not like John Bolton. He didn't like his approach to warfare. He didn't like his, I think, sort of what was viewed as a callous sort of understanding of how, human life is actually important, right? Like he didn't like how he was always wanting to pull a trigger, shall we say. So this is a big deal. John Bolton, again, being indicted, Letitia James being indicted, James Comey being indicted. The expectation is that Adam Schiff may be in the works next. We've talked about this, of course. Adam Schiff looking like he might be indicted as well. Look, it's all coming as there's some really good things in the world. Good stuff happening. I mean, we got the peace deal going on in the Middle East, and now just moments ago we learned that Donald Trump is going to be having a big meeting with Putin. And what are they working towards? World peace. Literally, he wants to find a resolution to the war in Ukraine. Here he is speaking out on how he's going to sit down with Putin and try to address this.
Could I follow up? You also posted about your call with President Putin today, and you spoke about the meeting in Hungary with him. Do you have a timeline or a date set for when?
Yeah, I would say within 2 weeks or so. Pretty quick. Marco Rubio is going to be meeting with his counterpart, as you know, Lavrov, and they'll be meeting pretty soon. They're going to set up a time and a place very shortly. Maybe it's already set up. They've already spoken. And I thought it was a very good phone call. I thought very productive. But I'll be meeting with President Putin, and we'll make a determination. Tomorrow I'm meeting with President Zelensky, and I'll be telling them about the call. I mean, we have a problem. They don't get along too well, those two, and it's sometimes tough to have meetings, so we may do something where we're separate but equal. We'll meet and talk parties, but this is a terrible relationship the two of them have, and it's one of those things. I've seen things that nobody would believe, but this is one of them. So we're going to be meeting in Hungary. Viktor Orban is going to be hosting, and it's really something that's time. Last week, over 7,000 people were killed. That's ridiculous. And, it doesn't affect our country. We're not losing people. We're not losing Bobby. We're not losing Americans. But they're losing Russians, Ukrainians, mostly soldiers, for the most part soldiers. And we hope we're going to get it stopped. I thought this would be, because of my relationship with President Putin, I thought this would be very quick. And it's turned out to be, who would think I did Middle East before I did this? We did a total of 8 now, 7 and now 8. And we're going to make this number 9.
They didn't want him there. Think about that. If this were up to Comey, he'd be in the double wide.
Convict him, bar him from future service, have the prosecutors, the local prosecutors in New York, pursue him for the fraudster that he was before he ever became president, lock him up for the garden variety frauds he did there, but don't give him that center stage, that dominant role in our national life, just down the street where Joe Biden is trying to heal this nation.